Hey everyone, welcome to Mohksh, where I share simple concepts and approaches on the what, the how to liberate ourselves from material desires and invoking the Guru within us through purity of body, clarity of mind, and refinement of speech. My goal is to help you achieve a constant state of mindfulness and creative energy by embracing concentrative meditation, Kundalini Awakening, mantra sadhana, and more. In the previous episode, I explained the four states of mind, which are manas, chitta, buddhi, and ahankara. I also went on to explain in detail what is ego, that is ahankara, and why its association with Maya Shakti leads to self delusion. Freeing ego from the grasp of Maya and cultivating and activating Chit Shakti, that is Kundalini, is the first step to self realization. It would be of utmost importance for you to listen carefully to the previous episode on ego, as it's unquestionably the most important concept to understand. As part of the eight ingredients, let's delve deeper into the second ingredient, which is the five elements that makes us and their significance in harmonizing ourselves. The world is full of negative influences that limits our consciousness, and one of the greatest of these limitations is that of the five great elements which makes up the universe. They are called Pancha Maha Bhutas. Pancha means five, Maha means main or most important, and Bhutas means elements, five important elements. Pancha Maha Bhutas. As you will in the accompanying image see, the Pancha Maha Bhutas have a direct bearing on one's psychophysiological energies, impacting one's chakras, which are essentially a concentration of nerves called nadis. I'll talk about chakras and nadis in detail in upcoming episodes. The cosmic vibration structures all physical creation, including your physical body, through the manifestation of five elements or tattvas. They are earth, water, fire, air, and space, and in Sanskrit known as Prithvi, Jala, Agni, Vayu, and Akash, respectively. These are structural forces, intelligent and vibratory in nature. These are the building blocks for everything that exists in the manifested universe. Without the earth element, there would be no state of solid matter. Without the water element, there would be no liquid state. Without the air element, no gaseous state. Without the fire element, no heat. And without the space element, no background on which to produce the cosmic play called Leela. You would know that our body also is the product of these five elements in different proportions. 12% is earth, 72% is water, 4% is fire, 6% air, and the rest is ether. As long as you're alive, your consciousness is limited by the vessel in which it is kept, that is the body. And since the body is made up of the five elements, your consciousness is limited by those very five elements. We have a proverb in Hindi: where the sun cannot reach, there will go a kavi, which is a poet. But that does not go far enough. I say, where a poet cannot reach, there will go an experiencer. So in Hindi, it sounds something like this. जहाँ न पहुँचे रवि, वहाँ पहुँचे कवि. लेकिन जहां ना पहुंचे कवि वहां पहुंचे अनुभवी. A combination of these elements results in the three humors or doshas known as Vata, Kapha, and Pitta. These doshas are believed to be responsible for a person's physiological, mental, and emotional health. We will see how these all make sense when I present to you a larger picture, simplified for your understanding. The main point to note here is if you can purify these elements within you, you can free yourself without any impediments from Maya Shakti's influence, that is ego, and ignite Chit Shakti, which is Kundalini. This purification is of utmost importance if you wish to fully awaken your creative energy. Hence, you might realize why the food in most spiritual retreats is not only delicious but a careful selection which helps you in your meditation sessions. It is also important to note that maintaining a healthy diet not only impacts your physical body but also subtler forces like thoughts and life force, that is prana. Hence, it is highly recommended to detox oneself through an Ayurvedic cleansing program called a Pancha Karma. I will be sharing an easy to follow cleansing program that helps you balance all the doshas. If you are wondering what are doshas, what are these psychophysiological energies that affect the mental and emotional states, I'll be covering them in this episode. But first, let's get into the details of each element. The most fundamental element is space, which is Akash in Sanskrit. Space is unbounded and infinite. It is the first manifestation of pure awareness. When we think of space, we can imagine the unlimited canopy of the sky or the infinite galaxies and within the human body. It is the hollow spaces and cavities with bone structure and the colon. As space becomes more condensed, atoms and molecules are created and space becomes manifested as air. Air is moving, light, cool, and unstable. And as it moves quicker and quicker, a friction is created and transforms itself into fire. Air is connected to thoughts and movement in the human system, similar to how space is connected to hollow spaces and cavities within the bone structure and the colon. Fire is hot, consuming, transformational, and powerful. In the human body, it is connected to metabolism, digestion, blood, and hormone functions. This fire melts everything into a liquid state, and this liquid state is the water element. Water is cool, heavy, flowing, and moist. Hence, it impacts the genitals and gut. This water then solidifies into earth element. Earth has qualities of solidity, groundedness, coolness, moisture, and density. Hence, its impact on bones. When I'll explain in detail about the six chakras, you will learn how meditating on the Mooladhara chakra, which is the root chakra, positively impacts the health of bones. These are the fundamental elements that overlap with each other, combine, and continually fluctuate in all of manifest creation. All animals, plants, minerals, and human physiology have a unique combination and pattern of these five elements. A combination of these elements, when imbalanced, produces what is known in Ayurveda as doshas. Let me take a detour for a second. The rishis or sages of ancient India, through deep meditation, were able to perceive the veil of illusion and see the underlying mechanics of the manifested world. What they could see was that everyone and everything is made up of five elements that interchange and morph, which that can be seen, touched, heard, tasted, and smelled. They were also able to experience the source of the five elements as pure silence and unbounded awareness. Hence, understanding the psychophysiological energies is important when talking about elements. Coming back to the doshas, specific combinations of the elements are called doshas and categorized as vata, which is a combination of air and space element, pitta, which is a combination of water and fire element, and kapha, which is a combination of earth and water element. Dosha simply means force or fault, something that can easily go out of balance, leading to a disorder in the body or mind. It's through the balancing of these faults that one can purify the various elements in the body, which has an immense impact on one's state of mind. Let's understand what the three doshas, also known as tridosha, means and its importance, not only in Ayurveda, which is the science of life, but also in one's spiritual progression. Let's begin with the Vata dosha, which is the energy associated with movements in the body. Vata dosha governs breathing, blinking, tissue and muscle movement, heartbeat, transmission of nerve impulses, and all movements inside the cell and cell walls. When balanced, Vata promotes creativity and flexibility. When imbalanced, Vata produces fear and anxiety. The large intestine, pelvic activity, a pelvic cavity, which is the area between your upper legs and lower abdomen, bones, skin, ears, and thighs are the sites of Vata. If the body develops an excess of Vata, it accumulates in these areas. On the other hand, Pitta dosha is associated with body's metabolism, which is the chemical processes in the body. Pitta governs digestion, absorption, nutrition, assimilation, and metabolism of body temperature, and all other chemical transformations in the body. When balanced, Pitta promotes understanding and intelligence. When imbalanced, Pitta arouses anger, hatred, and jealousy. It's because of the fire element that causes such anger. The small intestine, stomach, blood, fat, eyes, sweat glands, and skin are the sites of Pitta. Moving on to Kapha dosha, it's associated with the formation of body structure. Kapha builds the bones, muscles, tendons, and also provides the glue or the cohesive force that holds the body cells together. Kapha supplies water to all the systems and parts of the body. It lubricates joints, moistures the skin, and regulates immunity. When balanced, Kapha expresses itself as love, calmness, and forgiveness. When imbalanced, it leads to attachment, greed, and envy. You might remember that these are one of the eight nooses and snares known as Ashtapashas of ego. Kapha is present in the chest, throat, head, nose, mouth, stomach, joints, cell, and liquid secretions of the body, such as mucus. Somebody with a dominant Vata energy tends to be thin, restless, and creative. The Pitta mostly conforms to a happy medium. Kapha people tend to be heavy, slow, and lethargic. What's beautiful to know here is how each element corresponds to each of the three doshas and each of the six chakras in the human body. In the image, you will see how each element impacts each chakras and the accompanying doshas that create impediments to one's spiritual advancement and good mental and physical health in general. The earth element, residing in the root chakra, also known as the Mooladhara, is impacted by the Vata dosha. Water element, residing in the sacral plexus, that is the Swadhisthana chakra, is impacted by Kapha dosha. Similarly, fire element, residing in the navel or solar plexus, also known as the Manipura chakra, is impacted by Pitta dosha. Same goes for air residing in the heart plexus or Anahata chakra, and space residing in the throat plexus or Vishuddhi chakra is impacted by Vata and Kapha doshas respectively. What does each plexus or chakras signify? I'll cover them in detail in the forthcoming videos as they are one of the key 8 ingredients that makes us, binds us, and frees us. If you're still with me and still wondering, what's the importance of knowing the elements, doshas, and chakras? It's got to do with Tejas and Ojas. It's what gives us a healthy glow to the skin, strong immunity, spiritual energy, and the experience of natural happiness and bliss in individual life. Tejas means radiance, and Ojas means vitality. Hence, Ayurveda takes great precautions to protect one's Tejas and Ojas through diet, digestion, and a healthy lifestyle. Not to mention, one can significantly improve the results of concentrative meditation and Kundalini Awakening by purifying the 5 elements and reducing or minimizing the effects of doshas. On a side note, the essence of Tantra is purification of the 5 elements, the Pancha Bhutas, to awaken the Kundalini Shakti, which is the Chit Shakti. To know more about what is Chit or Kundalini Shakti, please do watch the episode on ego. Now, to achieve universal harmony, these 5 elements must be harmonized. It's from the Pancha Bhutas that the tantric ritual known as Pancha Makara evolves from. I'll cover the fundamentals of tantric sadhana practices in another episodes, but it would suffice to know the terms here. When the Pancha Bhutas undergo a purification, it's called Bhuta Shuddhi. Pancha Bhuta, as you already know, means 5 elements, and Shuddhi means purification. Hence, Bhuta Shuddhi is the essence of Tantra. All ritual worship is really Bhuta Shuddhi, which is the purification of 5 elements. And it is impossible to worship Shakti, your creative energy, unless you use representatives of the 5 elements in some form or another to help purify those very elements. So, any spiritual practice in any religion is basically some process or another of awakening Kundalini. And Kundalini can only be awakened once the elements in your body have been purified. In the next session, I'll expound on pranas, an important elemental constitution to understand the ingredients before we progress on how to awaken Kundalini. You will see how all of these come together and how they are important to understand if we need to meditate with impact and invoke the Guru within us. I hope you're loving these episodes, and it would be good karma to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're hearing this through a audio podcast, please feel free to rate. You could reach out to me for any questions or help at the email in the description. Remember, you are the Guru, and it's your responsibility to invoke the Guru in you. I'll see you in the next one.